What's up, Cowboy fans? Steve Leslie, YSNLive.com. Once again, your home for Chaney County Cowboy football all season long. Coach's Corner 1, sponsored by the Baird Brothers. With head coach Coach Amill. First of all, Coach, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me again. It was a good time last year. Hopefully this year is better.
We talked a little bit about the COVID pandemic, how the season's gotten off to a start. Talk a little bit about how that's been for you, the staff, and the team.
It's been different, getting shut down in the off season. With this being our second year, our off season was going to be big for us. And getting it shut down and just trying to find ways to just keep in touch with my boys. I downloaded the app, so we were able to put workouts on it, communicate the best we could. I would stop by, my boys' houses to check on them and make sure stuff was good. Deliver food, make sure they're eating the right way, and we kind of went Rocky in Rocky 4. They put rocks in backpacks and did pull-ups on tree branches, and we did what we had to do. We had that old school mentality. We don't have all the nice stuff. We go find a way to get it done.
Well, I like to hear that again. With Coach Amill, Coach's Corner, we're the home of the Cowboys. We'll have the game. We will talk about that on YSN Live tomorrow night at YSU Stambaugh Stadium. So we will talk about that. So, Coach, to today, talk about the progress, where the football team is at today going into tomorrow's football game.
The progress has been tremendous. I wish we would have been able to have a scrimmage. I was contacted by a couple teams on Saturday, but Saturday was our pitcher day, and people want us to travel there. So we just weren't able to. And then with our game being on Thursday, a short week, I didn't want to risk anything during the week. But just from where we started this summer to where we are now, the progress has been tremendous. Guys are working hard. It's clicking. They all bought in. Our leadership is incredible. So I have no complaints.
Well, that's good to hear. And it'll be a good ball game tomorrow night at Youngstown Stadium at Youngstown Earth, and we will talk about it a little later in the show. But let's dive in. I know me and you, I know you very well. I know how important your staff is. Let's lead into 2020. Talk a little bit about your staff and what they bring to this Cowboy football team.
My staff is almost intact to what it was last year. Seth Antrim is still my offensive coordinator. He has college experience, being at YSU with Chaney Montgomery. He was on the staff when they went to the national championship. So he brings that leadership and experience with him. Mark Asen, a guy I played with at Mooney, the head coach at Jackson Milton, got that program turned around. He's here. Anthony Floyd, who was All-State at Chaney, All-American in college, is here. Antonio Page played at Youngstown State. He's here. Brandon Dotson probably brings a lot of fire. He was a defensive lineman at Ursuline and played at Mount Union, won the state title and the national championship. Chuck Harris, who I coached at Mooney. Tyrell Rogers, who I coached at Mooney. Mo Capabianca, that he played at Ursuline, younger guy, probably around my son CJ's age. But he played at Ursuline, went to YSU. He coached there the last couple of years as a GA. Tyler Thompson, who's our head freshman coach. Jason Hewlett, who is our defensive backs coach. And I coached his son Jalen at Mooney, and I have his son Jason, that's a sophomore here now. Kent Thornton comes and helps with our snappers. R.C. Jones, who played at Mooney, his son Jordan Jones played at Kentucky. He helps in the weight room and helps out with the freshman staff. So we got a pretty good staff. The experience is there, whether it's at the high school level, the college level. Floyd at the professional level. So we have the experience, and we everybody brings something different to the table, which is good. Seth is about the X's and O's. He's not a real fiery guy. And then you have Coach Page, who gets after guys, and you have Dot and Chuck, who gets after guys. So it's a great balance. It's working good.
Well, that's great to hear, and a good staff and a lot of well-known names. Let's talk Chaney football for the YSN, the Chaney Cowboy fans. Let's talk a little YSN. We'll promote this. We will be the home of Chaney football all season long. With the pandemic and the virus, we are allowed to stream the games live, which we're awful proud about. Our big thing, and I think you have a lot of connections that want to watch Chaney football, and let's talk about it a little bit. They can go on the YSNLive.com/Chaney, buy the game on pay-per-view for $9.99 with the limited tickets, And the big thing that DJ and I are proud of, Chris, and you know that, it's for the kids, and 25% goes right back to Chaney Athletic Department. So Chaney fans, tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, hop on. Tickets are limited, but you'll have the best seat in the house and watch a good football team between two good teams. How important is that for you as the football coach to have YSN?
It's huge. It's always big because we have so many alumni outside of Youngstown that wish they were able to see us play, and now they're able to. So that's something that's big. But just because of everything going on, and
Sure.
even with tomorrow's game, having the 1,500 tickets that we're able to have at Ursuline, at
Sure.
YSU, and we only got 300. So by the time, our players get some for their families and our cheerleaders and coaches, like, we're completely out of.
Sure.
There's some family members that didn't get them, but it's just, there's nothing we can do. And that's playing at YSU. We got
Right.
games at Highland and different places. So the number of tickets are even going to be less. So
Right.
having then is huge. It's tremendous. Families can go and watch it, friends, and be able to just watch some good football and able to follow us.
Well, that's awesome to hear. We're proud to do it. We're the home of Chaney football, YSN Live Coaches Corner, sponsored by Baird with the head ball coach, Coach Amill. It's a talented football team. I'm going to go where I like to go first. Let's go for the Chaney Cowboy fans. Let's go Chaney Cowboys 2020, some of the offensive standouts to look for.
To watch an explosive offense. I know I said it a lot last year, and we struggled at times because we were learning a new system. But having that chance to get that year under our belt, get the extra time that we have now, is huge for us. We have some tremendous athletes. We got to find ways to get those guys the ball in space. We have Delshawn back, our quarterback, who is a big 22 player and all Ohio quarterback, all Ohio safety as a sophomore. So, we have the skill, we have the potential, and everything else. We got to find ways to make it happen.
I know one of the things you talk about, I know you're a defensive guy. You talk defense a lot. Talk about your defense a little bit. Next week, we'll get into more players and those types of things. Talk about what you're looking for from this Cowboy defense in 2020.
Just be aggressive. We have our front four completely back. So, just being aggressive up front and flying to the ball. Getting 11 guys around the ball. Good things always happen. Like I tell my boys, you never know what's going to happen, why it's going to happen, or anything like that. So, just get around the ball and wait for it to happen. So be aggressive, fly around, talk a little trash like I used to, and keep it going.
Yeah, absolutely. You talk some trash. We know that, and that's a good thing. All right, let's go in tomorrow night. The opener tomorrow night against Youngstown Ursuline. Very good football team. And I've said this to a lot of people, Chris. A lot of D1 athletes going to be on that football field tomorrow. Your thoughts on the Ursuline Irish 2020 team?
With the players they got coming back, their experience, with them not scrimmaging this year like we didn't, is we didn't get to see them on film.
Sure, it's hard.
So, just basing it off of last year's film, they have some athletes coming back, and we do as well. We'll match up with them.
Sure.
And it'll be fun.
Absolutely.
Like I said, we'll definitely get after it.
And there's no question about it. Those are two schools that will get after one another for sure. So that leads into my next question for you. The 6-game schedule. I know you because you play a good schedule. You have to love it because you can get better every week. And you were that team last year. If you get into playoffs, could be some trouble for some teams. Talk about the progress or the role you want to go here with this football team in this 6 games.
Just like last year, every week looked to get better. I thought we should have been in Division 4 based off numbers, but the state counted some numbers from different schools in the area that counted against us. But if we made the playoffs, with finishing our last 3 games,
Sure.
we scored 60-something points and gave up 7. Definitely going in the right direction, and we just got to build on those last 3 games going into these first 6. With that same mentality, every week getting better, and just looking to make a run. We have the team and the skill and the ability to make a deep run in the playoffs, I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely. Coach's Corner with Coach Amill, sponsored by Bear Brothers. Tomorrow night, the Cowboys head over to Stambaugh Stadium to face the Ursuline Irish. Cowboy fans will have it. ysnlive.com/Chaney. $9.99. Watch the game. Support the athletic department. 25% of that goes back. All right, Coach. We talked all last year. Coach Amill's keys to a victory tomorrow night.
It's going to be taking care of the ball. With this being our first time really going against someone other than ourselves. Just being able to contain our emotions and take care of the ball.
Well, those are the keys.
That's going to be big for us.
Those are big keys. We talk about with no scrimmages for either team. Those are the keys. We hope you get that win tomorrow night. We'll be there. We'll talk next week. And I always ask that goofy last question to you. So here's one. It's not goofy, but here's what I'm going to ask you. Tomorrow night at 7 when that ball goes on the tee, what is your first thought after probably not thinking there would be a football team? What goes through Coach Amill's mind for you, the staff, and then let's say for both of these teams when the ball's kicked off?
Just how much of a blessing it is, to be able to have a season, for our boys, especially our seniors and trying to get film for scholarships and things like that. It's truly a blessing that everything worked out to where we can play.
Well, I'm with you on that. We appreciate you. I love talking with you. We'll do it every week, Cowboy fans. They'll go tomorrow night to YSU to face Youngstown Ursuline, 7 o'clock, ysnlive.com/Chaney, $9.99. Check them out. And Coach's Corner is sponsored by the Bear Brothers. But, Coach, best of luck to you tomorrow night. To the kids, play hard, have fun, and, do what you do. And it's going to be a great game, and we'll talk to you next week.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, Coach.
All right.